Guys, welcome to the Sailor Game Show, where we test your ability to be a sailor. I'm gonna kick you into this boat. Ah! Shit. Enjoy. This is the real sailor.
You didn't give me a paddle. You didn't give me a paddle.
Like, you didn't give me a boat?
No.
I'm drowning.
Shaggy, what are you doing here?
Like, I don't know. I was looking for a scoop.
Oh shit, there's Shaggy. I wouldn't have kicked you so hard if I knew it was Shaggy.
What do you mean, man? It's me. Your roommate.
Well, you're already down there, so you better learn to battle.
Okay, Shaggy. Shaggy, so what do we do now? Is that I am a pirate and you are high.
I know. Let's go to the kitchen.
Do you see a kitchen in this tiny rowboat?
Like, no, man. Come on.
Let's go to the Olive Garden, Shaggy.
Like, I'm in. Like, could I get a chocolate-covered pasta with extra M&Ms, please?
Holy shit, let me get you to your table first.
Like, I'm hungry. I can almost eat this pirate.
You guys look like you need some protein, so I'm gonna get you some chicken tenders, and you can
like,
have
I'm
some
a vegetarian.
You absolutely can have some breadsticks, Mr. Scary Pirate Man, whatever
Mr.
you
Waiter,
say.
I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, that's right, Shaggy's a vegetarian. Well...
Wait, this is the first time I met you. How do you know that?
You just told me.
You're very famous, you know.
Yeah, you're famous,
I see.
man.
Okay, I get it.
Let's get you all some breadsticks, and then you can think about and I'll get you some water.
Breadsticks?
Breadsticks.
Like, you're offending me, man. I'm gonna write a bad Yelp review.
We're going to the Red Lobster next door. Come on.
Like, that's still meat?
Not yet.
Oh, where's Scoop when you need him?
Lobster's not real.
What?
That's what the guy at the Olive Garden has to say to trick you to stay at the Olive Garden. Lobsters aren't real.
I think he's telling us the truth, man. I think they're just aquatic spiders.
Could you explain a world where both crabs and lobsters exist? You can't.
You know what? You're kind of making a lot of sense there, buddy. I think I'll stick here with the Olive Garden.
Can
we get the breadsticks, please?
Absolutely, in a complimentary bowl of olives.
I'll like extra oil, please.
Okay. And I'll get you some water, too.
Like, why is Shaggy the only voice I feel like doing?
The podcast is watching Sailor Moon this week, and apparently they're going to be arguing for who's the best grill. But how am I supposed to have my right opinions with Pino and Gabe here? Either way, I gotta start recording soon, or else the Patreon supporters will get mad. In the name of FAP, I'll slander you! Anyway,
Wow.
Guys, welcome to the Fucky Anime Podcast. Hope you're having an okay day.
There's a global pandemic, so it may not be the best day. But
Stay
if it's
inside.
at least okay, then that's a good start.
Dude, I love starting on a good foot.
No thanks. Okay. The Sailor Scout to my left who uses the power of really stinky onions, well, that's Garbalax.
Listen, my opinions are so bad they can scare away any bad guy.
I happen to like onions.
It's very indirect. It's quite nice. Yeah, and if you like onions, we have all sorts. We have a whole garden in the back.
That's why I'm sitting next to you.
The Sailor Scout next to him, who uses the power of tomatoes, well, that's Pino.
You gave me the worst fruit. I hate you.
Fruit? But I thought
tomatoes-
they were a vegetable.
Oh, you silly mongrel. Tomatoes are fruits. I don't know why. I forgot.
And guys,
I'm self-loathing right now.
guys,
Why am I
and
a
me,
tomato?
I'm the Sailor Scout that can use the power of carbs. That's me, Chuck. I like
So you-
bread.
I could have been the sailor of rice.
No, I
Could have been the
I
sailor of
technically-
anything. But
No,
tomato.
You're tomatoes, he's onions, and I'm carbs.
We could have just...
We could have been a stew.
Yes,
You were the
I'm the bread
chosen
bowl.
one.
I'm the bread bowl that holds this stew together.
Fine.
We're the soup
At least I can turn it...
scouts.
At least I can use ketchup beams, I guess.
Dude, you
Ketchup
could
beam?
use ketchup beans, but whenever you shoot your beam, it goes
Ketchup?
like you're squeezing it.
I can cry
That'd be
and
good.
make you cry.
No, please no. But guys, guess what?
What?
Guys, we watched Sailor Moon.
We did?
Were we fighting evil by... Are we fighting evil by moonlight?
Guys,
Finding love by daylight?
I'll never
Dude.
tell you.
I can't believe it.
Never run from a real fight.
That's because we're known as Sailor Fat.
Sure. Guys, first off, before I forget, because I'm a cool guy and I never forget, I want to thank the Patreon for supporting us, $10 patrons. If you want to go help support us, that'd be fantastic. I'd like to thank Cream Poof, John, Sid, and I'd like to thank Cosmos for being our big cash money winners.
We love
And
y'all.
helping
Thanks.
us keep this on the air and watching this with us. So if you want to come enjoy it with us, you can join with at least with just $1 and then join and party.
Yeah. And then we chill out in the Discord, have a real grand old time.
Yeah. So before we get started, what was your previous encounters with Sailor Moon?
I think everyone knows the opening.
I didn't know the opening.
No?
No.
Never heard it once before this?
Not the one. Well, maybe, but not the one. Not that I can remember.
Just that one time, you know. But yeah, it's the opening's pretty widely known. It's a good one, and
It's iconic.
I've seen, yeah, absolutely, and I've seen the character designs. I've seen most of them. Seen the memes with Tuxedo Mask, where he doesn't do anything.
Those are like so old now. Like as memes go, those are like at least 8 years ago.
Dang.
Dang.
Oh, and there was
Like-
the recent trend of the redraw of that one frame.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I like that meme.
But that's that. Before this, I'd never actually seen it or read it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I as well. I've never stepped foot into the world of magical girl anime, and despite I believe this being on Toonami, I still didn't watch it because I was just like, I feel like it was because there was a lot of good stuff on Toonami, and I think this was one of them. Anyways, if it wasn't, I still didn't watch it. But I know the character Usagi. I didn't know that was her name, but I just know her design is, and that's about it. And I knew nothing else. So this was was the first one. It's the first one for all of us. Well,
Yeah, Pino. Unless you were watching Sailor Moon back in 1998 on Toonami, I think you didn't watch it on Toonami.
I did. My spirit energy was like, oh, show I'm gonna skip, and then I didn't watch it.
Nice, good work.
Even as a wee little lad, you're like, no.
No,
baby.
as I'm baby,
He is baby. It's true.
and I pooped my
But guys,
pants.
yeah, I had never watched or read. I know my girlfriend, she loves it, and she's been pestering me for like 2 years now to watch Sailor Moon. So finally got around to it. So that's what we're doing, and we watched it.
It was good.
Well, let's talk about it. So obviously Sailor Moon, iconic. The anime, we watched the first season, so just the original
46 episodes.
Bishujo, Senshi, Sailor Moon, the first 46. And that covers the Queen Beryl saga, where the evil lady tries to take over the Earth, the Dark Kingdom.
And there's crystals and
And-
shit.
Yeah, dude, the 7 chaos crystals. Totally original. Never happened before. But yeah, it was adapted from a manga. Written by Nako Takeuchi, who,
Bless you.
fun fact, is married to the writer of Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho.
Dang.
Oh, cool.
So they're a damn good power couple, and they are pretty epic.
If they ever reproduce, then holy cow, that is going to be a manga writing fiend.
You Hunter Moon. I tried.
I'd read that. That'd be a good crossover.
And while the Sailor Moon manga was being written and was published from 91 to 97 with like pretty regular releases, there's a total of 61 chapters. There was a manga going on alongside it in a different magazine called Codename Sailor V.
Okay.
And this covers what Sailor V, obviously Venus, we know. And there's only 15 chapters in 3 volumes for that manga. So
That's cool. So she
Yeah,
was like
it's-
her own thing.
yeah, she was, and then they kind of like brought them together because she met Artemis first, and then they, kind of go in together, and then that kind of explains Sailor V's backstory before she meets up with the Sailor Guardians.
Dude, I love prequels. You know me.
pretty-
I love
we
it.
do. It's true. But yeah, so that's a little interesting backstory before we get on moving. So we're gonna have to talk about animation, and we're gonna have to talk about Toei. And
Who's
it hurts.
Toei?
Toei is the ruiner of good shonen,
It's a shame.
but not all the time, because they can do movies pretty okay.
They do movies in Wano well.
Yeah, Wano looks pretty sexy, but if you don't know who Toei is, I don't know what you've been doing in the anime like community or space. They did One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Super. They did the End of Eva movie, or they helped with the End of Eva movie.
They've
Digimon
done-
Adventures, World Trigger, Sailor
Yeah,
Moon,
thank you.
Slam Dunk, Yu-Gi-Oh! They clanted movie before, Kyoto Animation got the rights to it to do a whole series on it. Toriko, they've done a lot, and they're old and they're classic, but man, you can tell that they animated this one. They reuse a lot of animations, transformation sequence, moon tiara action, heal them with my little moon stick move. All those are
Bad guys with their little intro things sometimes.
It's true.
It's kind of funny seeing all these reused every
Yeah.
episode. The good thing is that it never really got too old. Like you would
Yeah.
obviously be able to point it out. You're like, aha, look at them using bad. You're using animation. It was a good animation. They were
Yeah.
pretty good. Whenever they reused them, like I'm glad to see this again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
at
at least
least-
tried really hard on the ones they knew they were going to use over and over again. So
All right, guys, save some money. Stop animating that again. We're using this one. Tommy,
We're
you get a promotion for your
Oh, thank
animation.
you.
it worked. Yay, promotion.
Robert, you're fired.
No.
Go work on Word Trigger.
Oh no.
No, not the
but-
world trigger. The prison cells.
There's a whole lot of just moving mouths. There's a lot of, well, I didn't notice too many faraway anime characters.
Yeah,
in
neither
this.
did I. They kept them
Which is-
pretty close, yeah.
Well, because it's also kind of hard to do it, because this was obviously made during like hand-drawn animation, so they couldn't really do that, because with digital you kind of just draw a squiggle and you're like, that seems fine.
Good enough.
But yeah, so overall animations, not the okay. So while we're talking about animation, I want to talk about the aesthetics of the show, because there's like a whole like vibe to it that like is unmatched in any other anime that I've ever watched. just how stylish the whole show is, how all the characters have different outfits all the time. How the backgrounds, so this is a beautiful showing of backgrounds being hand painted and kind of like being a little bit stylized, because you've heard me talk about before, Japanese city setting, school setting, those get tired so fast because you see them everywhere. But in this, it looks so much like nicer, just because you're like, oh, obviously they're not going for a super realistic look, so they can kind of make it look nicer with watercolors and things like that. So I really do appreciate how this show looks just aesthetically.
The color palette and the whole show, absolutely fantastic. So colorful. I love it. And that was, during this era, Toei was good with color palettes, so that's something they've always been good at. But here, it just meshes so perfectly with the source material, and the art style seems to be pretty true to the anime from the manga as well, which is good. Yeah, that's good.
They definitely polished up the designs a little bit to just make it more animated and, create character sheets so there's a good reference.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that you can say that about most manga anyway.
Absolutely.
So it's not a like a knock against it. Yeah. I like how all the characters look. The sailor outfits are iconic. Like, can't say anything about that. It's Sailor Moon. Come on. I like all the character designs too. They're all very fun.
Yeah. And oh my god, the outfits, like you were saying. Whenever she finally gets the, what is it, Moon Pearl dress? And something like that.
She gets the princess dress. And,
yeah.
But they always have different casual clothes, which is like such a nice touch.
And they always had such good color choice.
Oh my god, yeah. Like what's his name? Tuxedo Mask, but I know that's not his name. It's Mamoru. Mamoru's like dumb little green jacket with like pink pants is like phenomenal. I love that look. It's so good. Cause like you'd think like that can't be a good look. Like that you can't just not. But it's so nice. It's so good.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else we want to talk about animation-wise?
Nah.
Before?
It's got that nostalgic feel, which is nice, despite me never watching it, so that's always good to have.
Yeah. Well, because, whenever you've seen...
It is a period piece.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
It's of the most highest quality, at least, for a period piece. Well, Toei standards.
Yeah, well, though that 90s Toei, like, aesthetic, like, even though, there's definitely some reused animation and kind of sloppy animation, like quick animation, but, like, there's a certain, like, feel and, like, era to that it just feels so nice to watch sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It's comforting in a way.
Oh, yeah. When you see like Luna and Artemis just be drawn as like a circle head and then just like a little body, I'm like, that's good, that's art. But yeah, I think that is all good. So do you want to hop over to the voice acting?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. So I'm assuming we all watched dubbed, right?
Yes, the new Viz dub.
I watched the first episode sub just because I had to get my toes in there.
Oh wait, did you mean English dub?
Yeah.
I watched it in Spanish. No, I watched a large majority in English and then some in Spanish. I'll save the Spanish stuff for... I mean, I can save it for after we talk about English.
Yeah. English, very good. Well, because Dick Entertainment had the rights to begin with, so they dubbed it, erased a lot of the more quote-unquote controversial things.
By today's standards, it's not controversial. But
yeah, by today's standards, it's actually pretty progressive.
But in the 90s, you couldn't be gay. It was illegal.
Well, it's true. It's illegal.
It was outlawed.
You're not allowed, sadly.
You can't let the disease get out of control. Look at what happened.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh, no.
What?
That's
It's true.
Oh, it's funny. I get it. Corona.
Well, like Kunzite and Zoisite were, lovers, and in the original, like they're just not.
They're just very close demon friends.
They're just very close. Wasn't Zoisite supposed to be like a girl in the Spanish dub? You said
He sounded like a girl. So in the Spanish dub, the voice actress or maybe voice actor sounded very like a feminine Hispanic woman, but like it was to the point where like you could kind of see it as like a guy voice as well, kind of like in the English dub where it's like super like
ambiguous,
like that,
I'm so
ambiguous,
excited.
Androgynous.
yeah, like that, androgynous. So I think they did. I think they kept it, but I feel like they were aiming towards it being a woman.
yeah, because I know in the future, some of the Sailor Scouts, like there are two who are partners, and they're both girls. Crazy, right?
Whoa,
unbelievable.
Sorry, I just wanted
in the
to sound
90s?
like that.
Yeah, no, but so they, are partners, and until like a couple years ago, like it was like, by the localization, it was official, quote unquote. Even though obviously, like everyone knew, everyone knew the rules, the game. But yeah, so the Viz dub though is very good, very recent. Has some notable voice actors like Johnny Young Bosch as Artemis the cat, which is lovely to see. You hear Lelouch every time he speaks, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's always what I heard. Was the first time I heard him, I was like, oh, hey, Lelouch.
I'm like,
To the
wow.
meow elevator.
But honestly, like, I'm glad that it got a proper English dub because we inject that gay shit right in our veins, dude.
I want it, dude. That's all I'm here for. But yeah, so a lot of the characters have very good, like great performances all around. I don't think there was a bad performance.
They're all pretty solid. A lot of well-known voice actors and actresses in there, which was very nice to hear.
Yeah.
You said the company Dick originally dubbed it, I guess, in the 90s or whatever it was?
Yeah, they had it dubbed when they obtained the rights.
I see. So that was probably like way different.
Yeah.
Well, worse, definitely.
Definitely worse.
They're around like 4Kids level. They weren't.
Oh, boy.
But like they're funnily enough, the voice actress for Sailor Jupiter or Mako is actually Boruto.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, her voice
which
actress
is really funny. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like I don't think any well actually a couple of these probably do stuff with Funimation,
They do.
but you can tell it's not a Funimation dub because it's more widespread and people you don't hear in those dubs as much.
Yeah.
Like there's no Chris Sabat in this. So that's a clear sign it's not a Funimation dub.
It's
There's a
not like-
Patrick Zates, though.
There is, you're right.
It's not like
Yeah,
there were
he was real good.
male roles they could have given him.
It's true.
And I like Johnny Young Bosch so much as Artemis.
Yeah. That was super good. Also, fun fact, Usagi's Japanese voice actor plays Nico's mom in Love Live.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude.
So that's just a cool fun fact for you. for
Cool
all
facts.
I'm pretty
For all you
sure
Love
Ray's.
Livers out
I'm
there.
pretty sure Ray's voice actor was. I think they were also in Hunter x Hunter because it sounds kind of like. I want to say it sounds like Killua, but I might be wrong.
Tune in next time for more
Tune
cool
in next
facts.
time when we actually do research.
If you know who that is, just put it in the comments, please.
Yeah, please tell us
please
because
announce.
we're much too lazy to research. But yeah, so overall, wonderful voice cast choices.
They're all trained, so
all good.
They're all
performances.
trains. Choo choo.
I don't feel like there were any bad
nah.
performances, which is always nice. There's no like,
Not even this
stinkers.
guy who sounds
I
like
love
this all the
Umino.
time.
He's
He's
perfect.
great.
Umino,
He's wonderful.
Umino is so good.
That's his name.
Yeah,
I keep
Umino.
forgetting its name.
No, that's it. Well, I mean, he did disappear after like a handful of episodes, and he was just fucking gone.
Well, sure, whatever. Yeah, no, Umino. Who was his voice actor?
He's familiar. I've heard his voice
Benjamin,
before.
Diskin.
Dude, Limp
that
Bizkit?
guy. He was he was the main character in Erased.
Ah,
I didn't know that.
cool.
That's interesting. And
Very
also,
nice.
And also was Joseph Joestar. So
Aha.
I think that's really
That's
funny.
a bit more of a
You know what?
notable-
I can hear it. I can hear it.
And he was also Stitch in the animated series
Wait, no, that's
made
not how
by
Stitch
Madhouse.
sounds.
Made by Madhouse, which is my favorite fun fact ever.
I didn't know. Huh.
We've talked about this before.
There
are like so many weird Lilo and Stitch shows in Japan because Stitch is a huge character.
Oh.
In Japan, like
Because he's a little cute, furry, small
Animal
thing.
Man. Yeah, but yes, he's very very popular. So there's many series that are Japanese exclusive, which is funny. But yeah, I think that's. Pino, how about that Spanish dub? How was that?
That Spanish dub was wonderful. I felt like I was a kid in my own country, even though I wasn't even born there. It was very solid all around as well. I don't think any of them were bad. All the kids sounded like actual kids, like they would in regular cartoon shows. The voice acting for everybody kind of sounded similar for like even the Viz version, which was very interesting. So I guess they were kind of similar to the Japanese voices, I guess. But like Ray really did sound like or close to what Ray sounded like in the dub. Like everybody was like, I don't know. It's weird to me. I'm just like, but this was done before. But no, I enjoyed what I heard. It was great. I had a fun time with the couple episodes I saw in Spanish.
I'm sure we have so many Spanish listeners that will.
Well, we have some weird just like listening habits from different countries. So who knows?
Hey, well, maybe we need a Spanish section for every episode.
But if I can find a dub for every episode, then yes.
He will. It's true. We never ask. Vina's always just like, hey.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm watching this in Spanish now.
Sometimes you just feel it, right? You're just like, I
kind of know that like a lot of the '90s shows will definitely have a Spanish dub. Dragon Ball, the Sailor Moon, not One Piece. Well, One Piece did have that one, but like Sakura Card Captors probably has a Spanish dub.
Oh, most
Soccer Card Capture.
Sorry, Sakura Capture Card.
I
don't know what it is.
Soccer Card Capture. That's pretty good.
Carpet Snatcher Sakura. Anyways. Digimon, Pokemon, like all the good old classic '90s. Saint Seiya Man, or no, Saint Seiya. That's what it is.
Saint Seiya. Well, Saint Seiya is actually super popular in Brazil.
Yeah, man.
We
wild
super
in South
fun.
America, guys. We love anime
It's
down
true.
there.
We do be wildin'.
Do
The
be
whole
wild.
fucking world likes Dragon Ball. It's crazy. It's good. I mean, look at you. You know what I mean.
I know what
It's
you
lowest
mean.
common denominator. Except
It is true. You're not wrong. No, lowest common denominator is like sword art.
Oh, that's a sad reality we live in.
But so yeah, since we talked about the voice actors, let's talk about that OST, the other sound format.
What a kick-ass soundtrack. It's all good. The hype, the regular day-to-day lives, the goofy, the sad, everything is excellent. I have nothing bad about anything about the music, and if you have a problem, then we have a problem.
There was only one song.
I'm not threatening, I swear.
There's only one song I maybe wasn't the happiest with, but everything else.
Which one?
There's some fucking bangers in there.
Which one did you hate? So I can hate your opinion.
I would have to pull it up. And I'm not
Go
gonna do
ahead. I found myself humming every time the transformation song came on, the opening song, and the resolution song. Chuck is a witness.
Oh yeah, it was so funny.
It was great. Every time I was watching, I didn't say a word in that voice call, and I was just like.
It brought me so much joy. Because like I did the same thing. I sung every time the transformation. Then I'd go like, "Ooh,
Sailor Moon." Yeah, it's
so good.
It's intoxicating.
It's great. I could listen to this forever. Just throw me in an island. Give me that one song,
You'd be fine.
Give me,
and I'll just be transforming. That's all.
yeah, dude.
We need to get you a copy of the show, or like at least a copy of the opening, so that you can learn the dance too, or of the sequence.
Also, a big standout is Tuxedo Mask's theme whenever he throws the rose. It's so. I'm sorry if this is just like the worst listening experience of just us singing.
The
But,
songs
like,
are
there's
so
so many, like,
catchy.
It's that good.
Good, yeah, no, like legitimate. I was talking with Pino about this before. I feel like one of the things that long running like shonen anime like this. Well, I don't even know if this is this shonen or seinen.
No.
I don't know.
It'd be one of those.
I don't know. Regardless, it's great.
Yeah,
And-
long-running shows really need to have those songs that really last and hit, even after years of just either not hearing it or years of it just being on the air and just hearing that one song. You're like, yes!
It's true.
And oh boy howdy, this I can listen to that anytime.
Yeah. So the manga it's a shoujo manga, by the way, just so people don't get mad at me. And it's basically just a manga that is aimed at a young female audience.
Aha.
Hence why there's a bit
That's
of
why
romance.
my sister
and
called me a girl when I watched this anime.
It's good, dude. She can suck it.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I thought she was insulting you.
No, she likes poking my buttons, that's all. They really do be like that, though. It's such a good show.
Yeah, no, you could put like any song from the OST, and I'd be like, oh yeah, this is when like Queen Beryl's like doing her little weird thing with the orb, and it's so good. It's just
This is when
wonderful.
Jadeite's eating all the souls in his hand, and I'm just like, oh, it's good.
And okay, can we talk about those eye catches?
Oh, they're so good.
Sailor Moon. It's just like so classic because she's like on a stage. I must admit that animation of the light to like emulate it going over edges. It's
cool.
Super good.
That's
I love
awesome.
That. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and it's great. I love it.
Thanks, Toei. You did one. You did
You did it once.
solid.
You done did it.
You dumb doo-doo.
It's true. But I love this OST, like with my whole heart. It's so good, and you should listen to it and then watch the show and then listen to it again. That's it. So I've told you. But so now that we've gotten the OST out of the way, can we let's get into some of these openings and endings, shall we?
Yes,
The best
please.
part of the show. So there's only one opening theme throughout Sailor Moon. There's literally not another opening song.
That's great because I don't have to memorize any lyrics now.
There's visual change. Obviously, there's two versions of the opening, but it's Moonlight Densetsu by Dolly, D-A-L-I.
Oh, dude, Dolly Parton?
Yeah, dude, she's working 9 to 5.
Oh, I can't believe you. What about that Christmas special?
No. So this opening's just iconic. Like, legitimately, this is one of those classics that if you want to know about like openings, like this is one of the ones that you should watch. It's such a time capsule. Like, you know exactly when this was made when you watch this opening. And it's like has nice, fun visuals. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
You know.
And
But
even
it's
nothing spoilerish like we have nowadays.
Yeah.
Like we just get like, the three main girls at the start,
There may
which
be
is
some
nice.
foreshadowing, but like
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
major.
foreshadowing with Tuxedo Mask with like the evil mask on, and then the
it's-
rainbow behind him, foreshadowing gay. So
But it's like it's not like how we're fleshed like or how we're like thrown at with like openings nowadays where it's like, haha, you read the manga, look at this scene from the manga. Oh,
You know
hey,
it.
Hey, you know this show is gonna do this. They're gonna fight these guys and like that. There we go. That's the opening.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see just how it used to be done. Just flying around, walking around, just having fun.
it's true. I love this opening. It's great. The song is iconic. The visuals are fun. And like this is a huge like showcase of the color palette that they use, because it's so like unique on how they do the outside shots in this. How like it's all like orangey, and it's good. It's great. I don't know what else to say besides that. I just absolutely adore this opening.
It's fun. This is every time it comes on, it's just out of my mouth every time.
It's catchy. It's an earworm.
Oh yeah, for sure. They were like, we got lightning in the bottle. Let's not let it out. This is it. This is what we're sticking with.
Good
we
decision.
did end up doing what we did end up doing before we recorded. We listened to the English dub. If you guys were curious, or when it was originally airing on the TVs, that was excellently cringe, but I liked it still.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's to the level of the One Piece rap, but like it's of that caliber.
Yeah, it's up there. It's one of the higher ones up there, and I liked it.
There was no rap, so that's good.
Sailor Moon. Hey, I like the rap.
There's no Grand Tour.
Dude, Grand Tour good though. you joke, but I love that opening.
There's no your move from Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's true. Yeah, it's time to duel. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the second version of this opening, just because it's just a visual change. Song's still the same. This one actually has a little bit more theming to it, which I kind of like because
it's a little more ominous at the start.
Yeah. Well, because also it's a bit of a darker part because obviously the first, episodes are all Monster of the Week. Haha, Usagi's just, trying her best.
Usagi's hungry and a goofball. And will also destroy the world.
It's true. But so at the beginning, it actually starts with the shot of the Moon Palace in front of the Earth, which I think is a really nice touch because you don't even know that yet. But it's not super spoily. You just think like, oh, it's a pretty cool like little drawing.
And it even Earth kind of looks like the moon, and just because it's in a monotone.
Until they switch to the color, but it's not. That's no longer the focus of the screen. So you're like, ooh. And then this opening has all 5 of the Earth Sailor Scouts, which is great because you get to see Jupiter and Venus, and you get like little like snippets of their transformation animation, and it's like, oh. It's great. And there's the foreshadowing with like the music box that Tuxedo Mask has, some of the powers, her turning into the very pretty dress.
Yeah, I was going to say you finally get to see that, and there's a cool overhead shot with it, and it fades into the moon. That's cool.
Yeah, and then at the end there's Princess Serenity and Endymion, or Usagi and Tuxedo Mask, looking at each other at the end, and it's very nice. I like this one a lot. I don't know which visuals I prefer more, because both are very good.
I think I prefer... you're right.
See?
I love the edgy shit, but the first one is so colorful and nice.
I miss having them walking when I watched the second one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I like when all the demons go, and then she goes, light power, and then they all get obliterated.
She says, I'm going to heal, and then they say, refresh!
Refresh!
Healing escalation!
It's true. But you also get all of the Sailor Scouts, which I love, because I see Jupiter, and I'm like, ooh, thank you. A blessing. Thank you, Toei, for this good food.
Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu. But yeah, anything else we want to say about the opening before we slip over to Heart Moving by Misei Takamatsu, this is the first ending shown through episodes 1 through 26. This is...
Sorry, I really like that.
No, it's
I really
great.
liked it too.
No, it's so good. It's so simple, though.
It's Van Gogh.
And I think, no, really. And, like, I think that works so well for this. Because, like, you don't need something so intense. There's still movement. Usagi's hair is still flowing in the wind. You have the shooting stars. And, like, it's just a painting style. Oh, it's so pretty. And then finally Tuxedo Mask comes in. And is like, hello, I'm here to save you. And then they hug, and I'm like, oh. And the song, man.
The song's great.
So good.
Yeah, this is iconic. This might be more iconic to me than the opening.
I just like that it's all crispy 90-esque music, and I'm just like, yes. You're theming with something you weren't actually supposed to theme 20 years, 40 years in the future.
40 years?
Sorry, 20.
What is time?
When we're 40, when we rewatch it.
30. Were we watching this?
Yeah, when we're old men and we're like, let's watch Sailor Moon again.
That's true. Can we all be in the same old folks' home and just instead of Fox News, we can watch Sailor Moon? We can watch Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. I think
Move aside, Sally. It was time for Sailor Moon.
Hey, put
It's
that
true.
Luffy kid on. I want to watch him stretch.
I liked the Zoro character. He's got those nice little stick slices.
Look at that little bear. Wait, that's
his
Chopper.
But yeah, I love this ending like a whole lot. It's very aesthetically pleasing, and God,
Y'all are gonna say that word, but you're gonna have to deal with it.
It's true though. There's such a style to this show that like you can't get anywhere else. Like legitimately, like just how this is themed and the time it came out and the music that goes with it. Like you can't match that again. Like legitimately, I don't think they could ever match that. And that might be a harsh statement, but it's true. In my eyes, at least. Why are you typing?
Nice.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm worrying about it.
No.
But let's see. I'm gonna go to the ending too, because that one is Princess Moon by Ushio Hashimoto, and this one is also very good.
She dancing.
She
really be vibing.
I love this ending as well. I don't know if it's as much as ending one, but like another super just like simple, just Usagi dancing with her hair like flowing and then like a nice colorful moving background.
When things
I'll
get
admit
crazy,
I fell asleep.
It's soothing.
Well, and with the
that's
crazy
true.
last couple episodes, it's real nice to have something soothing to end on.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those.
Yeah. And it's just nice to look at. And the song, once again, beautiful. And then at the end, they always go, Moon, Princesu. And I always sing that part because it makes me happy. Yeah, I actually want to talk about the, because there is essentially a remake called Sailor Moon Crystal that they put out in 2014, and it's getting some new seasons here and there. Then the movie actually got pushed back because of the virus, but regardless. And the movie was actually going to come out pretty soon after this episode releases.
Dang.
Oh, dang.
But
Whoop, our bad.
like, I watched the opening a couple times just to get like the vibes. It's not as good. Like it's the character designs are closer to the manga. Good or bad thing, you decide. But it feels more like a generic anime.
Is it the same song at least?
No.
Oh wow, dang it! I don't want to look it up anymore. I'm looking it up.
It's weird though, because like you're looking at it and you're like, this doesn't seem right. You know?
Where's the magic? Where's the love?
Well, like it's right, because like it's hard to look at it and be like, wow, this isn't like the Sailor Moon that I knew.
Why does this sound like Love Live?
Well, like I don't know, man. It seems so weird to me, because like I feel like a whole part of this anime in particular is the style that it goes for, because without that sort of aesthetic and the music that goes with it, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like the same show. Like just watching the opening, you're like, oh, I know all these characters, but like, are they really my characters?
I gotta watch this.
I sent it to you guys, but like this was made in 2014, and you can tell it's a 2014 anime. Like it is one of those like early to mid 2010s type of shows.
Oh, I could feel the Toei in this.
Right?
I can feel the director. I remember his name. Like I know this directing style. This is it's the one they use on Luffy. All the stretchy ones. It's good. I like it. Visually, of course. I have not seen the show yet, but this is
Yeah.
good. I like it.
Oh, Luna looks so small.
It's not what I imagine when I think of Sailor Moon, but this is pretty hype.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a different experience.
Oh, 3D.
I feel like. Yep. But to be fair, the girls do look very cute. I must admit. And there's a I know this isn't a Sailor Moon Crystal episode because we will watch Sailor Moon Crystal sooner or later.
That'd be fun.
Because I feel like that'll be an interesting discussion, especially after watching this.
Yeah, we need some time to digest Sailor Moon
no,
first.
this won't be for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
But because we're obviously gonna have to watch more of Sailor Moon. But I feel like it's just a holistically different experience between these two shows. So I'd recommend watching the original, even if you've watched the Crystal version. Just for the stylistic, and even though there's some filler, they stretch out things. It's Toei. You shouldn't be surprised.
Gotta love that filler.
Yeah, but the Sailor Moon Crystal actually does cut down a lot of the filler.
Cringe.
Because they put down the Queen Beryl saga, which we watched, down to 26 episodes.
Oh.
So
We watched filler. Just kidding.
well, we watched a lot of stretched out things. Like I bet.
So we just watched
they
One
didn't.
Piece. I'm
Yes.
picking up my
No,
manga
yeah,
again.
exactly. That's it. It's like that's how Toei does it. They just take. Well, probably I haven't read the manga, obviously, but I assume what they did was they took, like, for example, the 7 legendary monsters. They probably stretched out those like 2 or 3 chapters to a full episode for each one, and like that's.
I glanced over the first couple pages of the manga whenever we were doing the pre-show, I guess we can call it.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything's a lot faster in the manga. Where like
it's
in the manga, one of the first things that happens is that Usagi finds Luna. Mm-hmm. And she's stepping out of her house late and she trips over the cat. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
And
can we
it speeds along much faster. But I mean that's expected with this kind of show.
Can we call our pre-show Fap Foreplay?
No, I refuse.
Okay.
Warm up.
No, but regardless, Sailor Moon's openings and endings are fantastic. Those are so good, so simple, yet elegant in its execution. So I'm really glad that we got to see those.
Yeah.
But we've been babbling for far too long because we got to get to the cool story of Sailor Moon, or as it's literally translated, Pre-Soldier Sailor Moon. So basically, what happens? Usagi is your normal everyday girl, age 14. She's a bit clumsy and a little bit emotional, but that's okay. That's why we love her. And she meets a little cat with a crescent-shaped bald spot on her head, and that turns out to be Luna. And the Dark Kingdom is apparently trying to take over the world, like, just doing it. And so Sailor Moon becomes the pretty guardian. Well, Usagi becomes the pretty guardian Sailor Moon. And what happens was, first, from the Dark Kingdom, there's Jadeite, who was sent by Queen Beryl to take all the energy from her, or from humans, to give to their leader for Queen Metalia. And so this happens for a while. Sailor Moon fights, but there's some weird guy who just shows up and he's wearing a hat and a cape and throws roses.
What a loser.
I hate when they throw... I can't believe it. Why would he dress up like that?
Well, that's Tuxedo Mask. We don't know who he is, even though there's a man named Mamoru, who we also meet at this time, who calls her Bunhead, or in the original dub, she was called Meatball Head, which is very good.
Meatball.
But she does her little moon prism power make up, and that is the starting words to the iconic transformation scene that basically every magical girl afterwards has tried to emulate. And I love those. I love the transformation scenes, especially for Usagi, because obviously they put the most work into hers because you see hers the most. But after a while, Usagi meets someone, a little girl named Ami, and Ami's a know-it-all, a brainiac. Well, not a know-it-all. She's just very smart.
Big brain.
After another couple fights and whatnot, Ami becomes the second Sailor Scout, who is Sailor Mercury, who also gets a transformation pen that turns her into Sailor Mercury, and she's very cute, and I love her. I love all the characters in the show. After they do some more fights, apparently there's a bus dimension that people have been taking.
Huh?
Yeah, do you remember the bus dimension?
Where?
The 6 o'clock bus.
Why?
Because people would go to the
How?
shrine.
How could this happen to us again? There you are.
Then they'd take that 6 o'clock bus. And so Rei, who is a shrine maiden, I guess is
Oh,
what they're
what a
called.
shrine maiden. Oh,
But-
wonderful.
But
Anyways.
she's like, wait, no, something must be wrong. And Jadeite's obviously in on the shit. So after they start fighting, and then Luna figures out that, oh, that's another one. So then she becomes Sailor Mars.
Going around
Another
catching them
one.
like fucking Pokemon.
It's true.
They're recruiting them up like Fire Emblem.
But then we stopped recruiting for a while.
I mean, it's how it be, you know. Two's
Yeah.
a crowd, three's a party.
And then after all, they continue fighting. I'm skimming over this because it's just a lot of, little things like, oh, we're a fortune teller, so we're gonna make
I'm gonna
Umino
tell
sexually
your
assault
fortune.
the teacher, things like that. But after the three of them, Jadeite keeps fighting, and then finally, he fails enough times that Queen Beryl puts him into eternal sleep, which just freezes him into endless darkness, apparently according to the wiki.
Very
And
cool.
then Nephrite
Oh,
becomes
Nephrite.
the new commander. Do you want to tell us about Nephrite, Pino?
Nephrite is a mad genius who uses the stars to find his next victims. Nephrite, I think. So what Nephrite's whole shtick is he's like, oh, I'm better than Jadeite, so let's go for it. And so he has a different way of doing things. Instead of just the obvious, like, I have a plan, let's steal the souls. It's like, I have a different plan. Let's steal specific people's power because it is a person who develops these things. He goes undercover as Mr. Sanjuin and causes mayhem that way. But what a cool man. I like him.
Yeah. So, and I'm also gonna, because before Jadeite was just indiscriminately taking power, life force from everyone.
Yeah.
But then Nephrite's like, I'm going to take it from this one human.
Because they can supply us with infinite amount.
It's true. And
It's true.
It's interesting. And what he would do is he would pick an item that the person was like close with, or would use like a tennis racket or a pencil.
Or a
and
silk they actually wanted for a while.
it's true. And then they would just get eviler and eviler, and then power would be drained from them. And it's good. They fight, but then soon, Naru falls in love with
Mr. Sanjuin.
Nephrite, or Mr. Sanjuin as his fake name was. And basically, it comes around that Nephrite falls in love with Naru after a while, and he sacrifices himself protecting Naru, which I think was a really good way to send off his character, because obviously there's 4 commanders. You've only gone through one. You kind of got to go through the other ones. And even though I know how much Pino loves him, I feel like he was a bit of a toxic man. He couldn't be in a relationship.
Yeah, but so is Britney Spears, and Toxic became her number one. I don't know. I don't watch Britney Spears. I don't listen to music.
I don't watch Britney Spears. I only listen.
I don't watch MTV anymore. Do they even play music?
I don't even think they do anymore, which is a shame.
Barnacles.
Shit. But there's after he sacrifices himself, then there's Zoisite,
Dude, soy sauce.
who his whole shtick is to revive the 7 great monsters or whatever.
And
And
always
acquire the
has to be
7
7.
emeralds.
yep, yeah. Well, 7's the lucky number or something.
He wants
But-
chaos control.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of fight. They did a lot of them. And during this time, with Game Machine Joe, Makoto, who is a new transfer student the other day, and she got kicked out of her last school because she's fighting, she turned out to be Sailor Jupiter.
Dude,
And
girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider.
And at this point, Luna gives Sailor Moon the Moonstick, which she uses to heal Joe from being a monster.
Also, I'm just kidding. Girls are amazing. Sorry.
Unless they're from Jupiter. And Sailor Jupiter
there's-
is not from Jupiter, so
She's
fine.
amazing.
She's from the moon.
I feel like
Hey, don't appropriate my culture.
I feel like the 7 monsters part is probably my favorite.
I like that. There was a better formula for that one, and there was actually
Yeah.
like stakes, like personal stakes.
Well, because you also like met some more interesting characters
and
than
they were more self-contained
gardener
in their
or
own little
the-
like episode. I like
Yeah.
that part, and I like the fact that like it helped. Like whoever was affected always like would help develop the character in question. So like
Yeah.
you had. I'm gonna call him Richard because I don't remember if his name was Richard in the English dub. I think that was his name in Spanish. Richard, the smart guy who liked Ami. What was his name in the regular dub?
let me look because Rio.
Okay, Richard. So I really like that one because you got to see Ami a little more. She was the second sailor who joined, but you didn't get to see much of her after that, and you get to see her fall in love, and it's great. I like that.
Yeah.
You get to see all the funny moments with each one of the focused people, like with Ray and Grandpa, and Jupiter Usagi with Doctor Lady who wants to go to Africa. I was just like, okay, I'm digging it. I like
And
this.
don't forget Luna and Rhett Butler.
Oh,
My
dude,
favorite.
Rhett Butler. Is that your boyfriend?
No, you got it all wrong. But I feel like you said, there's a more personal like view on these characters, which I enjoy immensely. They deserve a bit more look, and I feel like this was the time to give everyone more focus.
Thankfully, Sailor Moon is a good one of those shows where the learning of the characters is fun. The second half may get a little slow because they're using the characters they already established, but they did keep introducing new ones for quite some time, and that's a lot of the fun of it.
And because like they even brought back Rio later in the story because, later they were trying to get the 7 monsters again. But we'll talk about that in a second. And basically this whole section is now everyone trying to get the crystals. And it turns out at this point that Tuxedo Mask is trying to get them too. And now we're like, ooh, what's Tuxedo Mask's deal? And then finally at the end, after Zoisite freaking stabs Mamoru in the back,
Bruh.
is that
There's a lot of violence, man. I mean, Nephrite gets like yeeted through the chest. What was it? Regular guy. What was it? Jadeite. He just gets up and frozen. That's the worst death in my opinion, other than space death.
It's
And
pretty
like
intense.
everybody else, a lot of people blow up.
It's true. A lot of people do either blow up or turn into dust. And at the final showdown with Zoisite, we finally found out that Mamoru was Tuxedo Mask the whole time.
Wow,
What?
I didn't see
Crazy.
that.
Wow.
Oh, and
Cool.
also before that, Sailor Venus shows up to kick Kunzite's ass to release the Sailor Scouts who were trapped before. That was when Tuxedo Mask got stabbed. But then they go to the top of a tower, the Tower of Terror, and they fight for the crystals. And then finally they start fighting. Zoisite tries to kill Mamoru, which Usagi then gets him, and Tuxedo Mask gets him, and then Sailor Moon cries. The crystals go into the silver crystal, and then we're like, wow,
Crystals.
it's Princess Serenity and Prince Endymion, and then we get a whole background and on how Mamoru's an orphan, and that makes me real sad to think about. Why? Why did they have to
did
do
him
that?
dirty, man.
Yeah, man.
He got
But
No wonder this boy's rude.
yeah, no wonder
It's
he's
true.
an ass.
yeah. The one episode they stabbed him in the back. The next episode they said he was an orphan. Good stuff.
Man, stabbed in the back twice. First by my
Yeah.
parents, then by this creepy looking crystal in my throat. I mean, my neck.
But after this, after Zoisite and Kunzite go back, Zoisite gets killed because he disobeyed her and tried to kill Tuxedo Mask. Then they get Mamoru back, or the Dark Kingdom gets Mamoru, and they turn him into evil Endymion. And basically, Kunzite's whole deal is to now get the silver crystal and destroy Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
And-
because Sailor Moon's a princess from the moon.
Yeah, and then this part is when they turn people into monsters, and then Sailor Moon has to change them back after. So we do stuff like figure skating, which was a really fun episode. I love that one. Sailor V's Past, which was sad.
I like that one. She really needed that kind of development because when she joined, I was like, okay, cool. You're probably here because something, and then you told me it was she was part of a different series or
Yeah,
a different manga. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But we needed more from her because I didn't know her story. I didn't trust her.
yeah. That's why there was like figures and stuff of Sailor V before Sailor Moon like existed.
Yeah.
So it's interesting having that kind of merchandising of superheroes in the world. Like, I guess it makes sense because like no one really owns the rights to the superhero or whatever
Exactly.
of like the Sailor Guardian. So like they were making anime about Sailor Moon.
There was a video game so soon.
Yeah,
I know.
Sailor V. I can't believe they did it. Here, I'll show you how to play. But the last thing that they do is they pretend to fight each other, and then they don't. They lose. And then Sailor Moon, they get sent, they find the, whatchamacallit, they find the entrance to the Dark Kingdom.
Which was in
And-
Antarctica, right?
Yeah, it was in Antarctica, and then...
Who would have thought?
But then after they fight and they get sent to the moon, basically, they learn and remember their past. And basically, Usagi is Princess Serenity, who is the princess of the Moon Kingdom, and Endymion is the prince of the Earth Kingdom.
He's got too
And-
many names. Dimian, Endolin, what was Endoline? Mr. Dimmadome.
Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome?
Yeah. And what was it? And Mamoru.
Yes. And the Sailor Scouts are there to protect the Moon Kingdom. And basically, they killed them all, and Queen Serenity took over the Earth and the
Gave me a Frieza blowing up Namek feel to it. I was like, I've seen this before. I'm not going back to Namek.
Not again.
No. Luckily, there were cats, so I stayed.
It's true. And then after they actually fight Beryl, they send the DD girls after them. DD. And all the Sailor Moon girls, or all the Sailor Scouts fight each other. They all die. It gets real sad. I cried.
I was
during that part.
surprised that they all died. I was like, excuse me? When
Yeah.
did you foreshadow this?
When they showed five against five, I'm like, uh-oh, this is gonna be bad. And they all kind of saved.
Not even
The
Naruto
others.
killed their guys in the later arcs. I was just like,
true.
what the heck, man?
It's true, but it was cool. It was really nice. Like, obviously, there's a spoiler later, but if you're this far in, also Sailor Moon's 30 years old at this point, so it's fine. Well, it's almost 30. It's 29 this year. So basically, Sailor Moon goes to fight. Whatchamacallit? Fight Queen Beryl, and Queen Natalia combines with Beryl, making her into a big monster. But then Sailor Moon fights and turns into Princess Serenity with the very pretty dress, and then they do a beam struggle. But then with the ghosts of all the others, they become one and win.
Dude, they used the father-son spirit attack.
They did. They did it just like Dragon Ball did.
Man.
Just like that Goku.
Just
Look
like,
at that Goku. Look at him go.
Yeah, but then the prism power completely destroys Beryl and Natalia. And then it kind of just like ends, and it comes back in an epilogue. And basically, everyone returned to Earth safely with their memories being wiped, and go on to live normal lives. And then I'll tell you. Well, do you guys want to be spoiled about what happens literally in the next episode?
Yes.
No. Okay.
They just restore their memories.
Yep, that sounds
Later.
about right.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I have. That's such bullshit.
Well, what do you mean? Well. Okay. Would you? I'm gonna ask you. Would you rather them just basically restart from square zero?
I'd rather them die.
But Pino, how are we supposed to milk the property
That's
out
not.
of all
That's
money?
not how it goes.
But Pino, we're Toei. We must.
There are only a few things I don't like in this world. I don't remember what the first two were.
But the third one is
The third one is me. No, and I don't. When it comes because what they specifically said in the show is like, oh, they were reincarnated, and like the first time they mentioned reincarnation, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. This was tragic, and your descendants or your spirit's gonna go far into the future, and then we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix everything. Technically, they fix everything. But they get reincarnated so quick. Like, I don't know if it was just the world reset or like.
Yeah, I think it was just like reset. I think is what
I think that when it comes to reincarnation or resetting anything, it has to be a villain has to kind of pull that off, because that's the only way that kind of like doesn't make it feel like an ass pull. Like it's like I'm going to restart. Like you snap your fingers like Thanos, and then your world is now different, and you have to try and solve that. This one is more like, we all died, but what was the purpose of dying?
It just feels like, because the wish of Queen Serenity was that they would live on Earth like normal girls, and I felt like that was a good way to kind of wrap this part, like this first season, up with a nice little bow that they're like, oh, they're doing like normal girl things again because they don't have to fight.
But they could have done it differently, and I think in a different way they could have done it better than what they did here. Well, they could have succeeded. They probably couldn't have. None of them probably would have died. They probably would have.
Well, see, that's the thing. I feel like the death felt more impactful. And if it was all 5 Sailor Scouts coming to beat Queen Beryl, I don't think that would have had the same impact as just Sailor Moon with the power of the other 4.
I think the problem was, at least not. I guess again, this is not a story where I should be upset about like, ass pulls, but as much as I love all the animations of the moves they did, everybody had one move.
It's true.
And Usagi had like 3. And I'm just like, this is not going to bode well. Like, in my mind, in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is not going to bode well if there's like actual serious
it's true.
story coming in. An actual serious story came in, and they all got yeeted. I'm like, well, this makes sense, and I'm okay with this. I'm okay that you guys got yeeted, but like.
But they also talk a whole lot about how powerful the silver crystal is, and So
I think it would have still had the effect if all 5 of them were with Usagi trying to beat the Queen Beryl, and at least having Tuxedo Mask also like Tuxedo. I think he should have still died at the end. Also, I think he should have stayed dead. Not because I don't like him, but I think it just made sense that way. Mm-hmm. But again, like what I would have preferred is like they all work together with friendship, despite me sometimes making fun of shows about friendship. They all beat the guys at a cost. Maybe one person dies. Probably not one person, but like something happens. Maybe Luna. Maybe something happens to Luna, or maybe Artemis.
No.
Either or.
Not Johnny.
But they can save the world. But after that, since the wish was for them to be normal girls, like Luna and Artemis are like, all right, next step, give me our powers. Like somehow they lose their powers after that struggle. They use all their energy, they use the entire energy of whatever thing they were given at first, and they just become regular girls. And then and that's their life now. Like they save the world, and everything is as it should be. I
know
feel like that would have worked a lot better.
You can write the reboot.
No, I don't want to.
They already did the reboot. I
next
still think that this isn't like a bad ending. Sure, there could have been things done better. There's always things that could have been better in like any show that we watch. But like,
I don't know, man. That ending left a little bad taste in my mouth. I don't know, man.
it's-
And then you're telling me you just told me that they're getting their memories back. I'm like,
oh yeah.
what is the point?
Are you ready for
Well,
my
that's
take?
just what show was I thinking that like did that same thing?
And I'm trying to think of all the shows that I've watched with that similar thing, and every show that has like a type of like restart or reboot, I mostly preferred it if the villain did that.
It wasn't Usagi who like willed it to happen. It was the legendary silver crystal, and
the silver crystal's a good thing. That's a good thing,
Yeah.
right? It's a good guy.
well, yeah,
Well,
it's a gem.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have an alignment.
And whoever it was even said that if it's used by someone good, it can be used for good. But if it's used by someone evil, then shit'll be fucked. It's like the Triforce.
So it's good,
No, it's neutral,
but someone
but
good
easily
used it.
swayed. Well, yeah.
So here's my take. If
Go
I
for
knew there wasn't more anime, the ending would have been fine.
Yeah.
But since there's more, it's...
But there's more. Like it's not something like this kind of.
But if it had just ended with them, okay, I just know it ended with their memories are wiped, then you can make up whatever you want. You can, Pino's...
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like.
But there's more, so you can't really...
Like, let's
do
how
that.
about looking at it in a vacuum? This is the last Sailor Moon thing you watched, and you don't think there's going to be any more. I'm gonna judge this in a vacuum.
If that's the case, then I thought the ending was good.
I still had a bit of a bad taste, just a bit, not as big as it
Just a
is,
touch.
but I'm just like,
what
well,
was it?
I don't know, man. It just doesn't sit right with me.
Context.
Everything was great,
Sensitive.
and then I think as soon as everything started getting serious and I started liking it, the fact that they pulled that, and I was just like, well,
Yeah.
I kind of, I don't know. I guess I wasted my time, but I didn't because it was fun.
It's a good
but like
time.
Again, if we didn't have that episode, if we just ended on 45, I'm just like, yeah,
I
awesome,
think
excellent.
with the show in general, this is basically the perfect popcorn anime. I feel like it's something that you can just turn on, sit back and enjoy. You're
Turn
not gonna have
on,
to
turn
think
off
too
your
much.
brain.
Like your brain can like work a little bit, but like it's not. It's going at like 25% probably.
It's in a low gear.
But it's good. It's funny. Usagi trips a lot, and sometimes she cries.
That she cries a lot.
She does cry a lot. She's a bit emotional. She even told us that in the intro.
She's a bit of a klutz, and my other friends have it more put together than I do.
But I guess I'll just try my best, which I love. There's such a charm to that bit too, right? Like when
Yeah.
she talks a little bit, introduces herself. I love that.
There's personality, which is nice.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
I feel that's very true to the character. It's what
Oh,
she
yeah.
would do. That's how she would say all that, you know? It's
yeah.
good.
But yeah, so that's the end of the story. Do we have anything that we want to talk about overall, like gripes or things that you really liked, or
Girls are cute.
girls are cute? That's true. It's a
Grandpa was funny.
Grandpa was a funny lad, and we didn't talk about long hair man. What's his name?
Nicholas.
I don't think that's right.
Evil man or
Yurichiro.
yeah,
Who's
Nicholas.
actually anime only.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess they were trying to make it so that it wasn't like, I'm stealing your man, Mars. Mm-hmm. I get it. I like that. I like that addition just because
Yeah.
I like Mars.
His name in the dub was Chad. His name was Chad.
Dude, he's a real Chad if he wins if he shows up again. But I guess he's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was fun.
I like him. He was cool.
Okay, fun fact, in the Dick English dub, he speaks with an Australian accent. In
You know what? He really
language.
gave that off. He's a Jace.
He looks like a bit of a Jace. I don't know why dubbing in the 1990s were like, you know what? Let's just make this man Australian.
Hey, you doing all right there, Mara Ray?
But yeah, overall plot not too involved, but still good.
I wonder if that was just
You're
like
not
a clause.
you're not coming in for something that's gonna
You're not coming in
wow
for
ya.
You're not coming in for like an erased type elaborate story. You're coming in to chill and relax and have a good time.
Yeah.
And I think it served that purpose very well, for me at least.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about characters now?
Yeah, let's go. I want to dissect all. Well, no, I want to
Wait, you're
dissect their
dissecting
characters, not the people themselves.
Well, let's talk about Usagi Tsukino first.
Dude,
The
age 14,
main gal, age 14,
middle school student.
bit of a klutz.
Sailor
also-
Moon.
Yeah, she's fun. She's a great main character. She's sympathetic, but also fun and sometimes jealous. But like, she's a 14-year-old girl. Of course, she's gonna be.
Yeah, and she got thrown into a position of leadership, and she's like, okay, I guess. And then it turns out she's a princess, and she's not a very good princess either.
Well, would you be a good princess if you lived for 14 years without knowing it, and then they said, "Time for you to be princess"?
What do you mean? I'm already.
It's true.
I'm not already.
I mean, haven't you watched the Princess Diaries?
Dude, God, I love that movie.
I've watched it. I know the struggle. Mm-hmm. I know the struggle of having a sequel which wasn't as good.
Shoot, I dropped my thing. Usagi, good. I don't know. She's cute. She's funny. She's got pretty eyes.
She's relatable.
Can we talk about how they do the eyes in this anime?
Dude, the eyes are
It's so good. So good.
It's the simple technique they use where it's just a couple splots, but it's effective and it's consistent. You know.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's great.
According to the My Anime list, says her interests are sleeping, eating, video games, and manga.
Wow, that
Me
sounds
too,
like
dude.
me.
That's literally
Sounds-
me.
Sounds like a weeb.
Sounds like
Fits
us.
right in.
Guys, next episode we're gonna have Usagi as a special guest.
Dude, her blood type is O.
Yeah, the universal donor.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about Ray.
Ray. Not to be confused with Star Wars. Ray is great.
Yeah?
I like the contrast she has with Usagi. She is serious. She thinks she's not clumsy. She's disciplined. And she acts like a leader. It's great. And she has fire powers.
Fire's pretty cool, and it's
It's just female A's. Anyways,
How's that light novel going, Pino?
I haven't started.
I like that.
I gotta finish my other light novels.
And you haven't read?
Yeah, I finished the first volume of the A Certain Magical Index. I'm going to read the second one. I still got to finish that Bacchanal one that's collecting dust, and then I'll read the One Piece one.
Good stuff.
Not in that order. Probably going to read the One Piece one now.
Okay.
I like that on Ray's Mal page it says that her motto is "Do not depend on men."
I mean, preach, honestly. I love
What is
it.
a man?
I love her, though. She's fun and cute and put together. Has a good time.
Oh, but she doesn't
Special
like canned
skills,
asparagus. That's a deal breaker.
That's
Do
but I
you
mean,
like
asparagus makes your
canned
pee-pee
I
smell.
like fresh asparagus. Canned asparagus can eat a dick.
Gotcha. Dude, track and field events, I love running.
So I love it. It's good stuff. But let's talk about Ami now. Ami Mizuno.
She's
Sailor
the smartest
Mercury.
girl in the
She's
middle school.
Blood type A. I could share my blood with her. I also have blood type A.
I still have not asked anybody what my blood type is, so whoops.
I
never know.
think my blood type's A. I'm like 90% sure. But Ami's great. She studies a lot. She's very cute. She's doing her best. She loves Luna, and she's very dependable with an IQ of 300.
Damn.
300.
Yeah, dude.
300,
Big
boys.
brain.
300.
Big brain.
We got the
she's-
biggest brain on the crew.
And whenever she blushes, my heart is filled. What was it? When they were leaving to go to the Dark Kingdom, and they were like, "Oh, you should have kissed Rio. You'll have regrets." And she blushed and like tucked her head into her scarf. Like that was the cutest moment. If I could own that animation cell, I'd pay big bucks for that.
Dude, she loves sandwiches and honey. I'm in.
It's true. Or I'd buy the animation cell of her eating the burger. That picture's so good. I love that picture.
Her favorite stone is sapphire. I'm in.
Nice. I think my birthstone's ruby.
Oh shoot, she's born September.
I think mine's
even
ruby
better
as
Nice.
well.
Yeah, I think you guys are rubies.
Yeah, she's great though. I love her. She's fun and cute. She's very smart. Has a supercomputer. She's great.
Wait a second. Habit. Pondering. Putting her hand to her. Oh, I thought it said putting her hand in her mouth. I was like, excuse me.
Yum yum yum.
Nom 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 nom. That's when she's taking the test.
Do we got anything else to say about Ami?
Ami, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
She pure. She water.
She do be doing water though.
Yeah, man. She's always hydrated.
She's always great. But now I want to talk about Mako
Dude.
or Makoto Kino.
She's
Sailor
the tallest
Jupiter.
member of the Sailor crew.
Huh. Makoto is, or Mako, I'm going to call her Mako because that's how they call her in the show. Mako, once again, blood type O. She could give me blood any day. I love her. She is wonderful. She's tall. She can fight. She's just great. I love her.
Oh, dude, her favorite stone, the emerald. None can deflect
Emerald
the emerald splash.
God, we're stupid. She can play basketball. Me too. And her hobby's cooking.
She doesn't
Love
like
it.
airplanes. That's understandable.
Yeah. It
That's
happens.
yeah.
She's tall. I don't fit in airplanes. I feel that.
I like
No.
I like what she brought to the show. She was just looking for love, but she was the comedic side of it, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you remind me of someone who broke my heart.
Oh,
yesterday.
no.
She's like funny, but also like strong-willed.
Yeah, man.
And I think it was like a perfect foil to someone like Ami.
Nothing brings her down. It's great.
You know, yeah, she's very strong-willed, and she makes me so happy to see. And she has thunder.
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 Yes.
I'm going
Fire.
Hammer. Jump.
Spin.
This is my greatest achievement.
Hi.
Sailor Jupiter.
Sorry, that was. I love that game too.
Okay. But yeah, Mako's great. She's so fun and so good.
I like the color green, so that's already
And I
that's
like-
already an instant sploosh.
And I like
Yeah.
her hair color with that. She's got a fucking top 10 palette.
Yeah,
She's
10 out of
so
10.
good, dude.
and she can fight.
She's the muscle.
Except for the last episode, she went down pretty quick.
Well, she still beat the one that she needed to beat.
Yeah, but she went down pretty quick.
She's very cute and very strong, and I love that. She can break me in half, and I'd say thank you.
Come again.
Thank you. Come again.
Oh,
Guys, we're canceled now.
Oh no!
oh no!
Last episode.
The Last of
I can't
Us.
believe this is going to be the. We have to. Oh man, I was going to say something. No, I'm not. But guys, Mako's great. Let's talk about Minako or Sailor V or
Sailor V.
Venus.
I like her backstory a lot. That was such a good time. Just confused about what love was,
Yeah.
obviously. And she has a white cat,
Yeah,
And-
Artemis.
and it's nice having two blondes on the team, just
Mm-hmm.
cause. And she's got more experience, which is nice. She's just like I've been doing this for years, so
True.
pretty cool.
She's fun. Her dislikes are mama and police officers.
Mama
Fucking men.
and cops,
Amen, dude.
dude.
She's also a fun character. She's probably the one closest to personality to Usagi, but like she's still different in like her own way, and she's more experienced, like you said, and she's I don't know, she's still fun though. She makes me very happy to see her party. She likes Kyoza too, which is a check mark in my book.
Dude, physical education? Yeah.
Well, she's physically educated.
Dang.
I'm not physically educated. Why did that make you laugh?
Because if you're on an anime podcast, I wouldn't expect you to be.
Hey, no, don't make sweeping assumptions of the anime community. How dare you?
Just specifically anime podcast community. Show me one beefy anime podcaster. I would love to see. This is not rhetorical. I want to see that. I want to see a muscly dude talking about Sailor Moon.
Guys, Sailor Moon,
just like the memes where it's
Exactly.
Hey Kings,
Hello Kings, I watch Love Live and I really appreciate the fact that you were respectful in sharing your opinions.
I'm more of an Idol Master fan, but I must respect Love Live as a show.
Despite you guys liking music and singing of middle school children, I myself prefer the idol of dance myself. Mm-hmm. I don't know where I went there.
Good work. Guys, I want to talk about Mamoru now. I like Mamoru. I know you guys don't like him that much.
No, he sucks.
He's a sucky boy. Tell us about him, and then we'll tell you why we don't like him.
Mamoru's a Leo. He's a blood type A, and he has trouble with needles.
You know what? Relatable.
As we all do at a time.
And he's an orphan, so you can't be mean to him. His life's already beaten him up enough.
And you know what? We're going to keep pounding him.
Yeah.
Wait.
He sucks.
Okay.
I get he's like, haha, I'm a bad boy, I'm bunhead, silly girl, dumb, cringe. But like, I don't know, I just don't like characters like that except for like maybe Vegeta, but just mostly because Vegeta started out evil, so I was like,
Vegeta
that makes sense.
also does things. And
he also
contributes.
Well, also, so in the manga, he didn't show up to every fight like he did in the anime to stretch out time.
Oh god.
Probably would have liked him in the manga then.
I did like when he threw a black rose and you're like, oh, that's when he's evil. And then the rose,
yeah, that was pretty
and then the
good.
rose turned red and
Quick, water him with the golden water can. We need those gold roses.
we need those gold ones.
I need to be rich.
But Mamoru's great. He's so fun. I just like him because I think like his best part is when they were doing the painting episode with the girl who was like, I'm painting. And painted Usagi and Mamoru. And
I'm only staying here because the coffee's delicious.
It's true. I love that about him.
Oh, this man's so rude. Like, I get life was mean to you, but you don't have to be mean to everybody else. Come on, man. Ease up.
You meatball head.
I love it. I love him. He's great.
I don't really. He was so boring at the start. I'm just like, he's mean.
Well,
I get it. Ha ha ha.
He gets more interesting as the series goes on. So.
I still didn't find him interesting, despite him being tied to Destiny. I was just like, okay, that makes sense. You're troubled. I still don't excuse you for being rude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Wow. Okay. Let's talk about Luna, one of the two cats.
Hey.
Luna's cute.
Luna's just trying to do her job.
Yes.
And Sailor Moon just doesn't listen.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. She's a cat. We all love cats. She's a black cat, making her even cool.
Yeah.
And she has a pretty thick boyfriend. That was awesome to see.
That's true. He was a gaming cat boy. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Luna's great though, because she's just like she's trying to do her best and like get Usagi to follow, but Usagi head empty. And she's great. I love her voice actress as well.
Yeah, me too. And she has such good reaction faces whenever Usagi does something stupid, and she always is just
that's
like Usagi.
Michelle Ruff did her voice, by the way. But
who's it again?
Michelle Ruff.
Yeah, she's in Bleach.
She's in Bleach. She's in Persona 5, I believe.
She was Gia. She was Princess Euphemia.
Yeah.
She was Henri and Durarara.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she's done a lot, and I don't know, her voice is that she just has a very good voice.
She excellent.
She egg salad.
Egg salad, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Wow.
Not gonna lie, egg salad's pretty tasty.
It is.
Yum 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 yum. Yeah, Luda's fun though.
Oh, dude, she was Nagato Yuki from that one show I don't like.
Cool. Next one. Artemis, the other boy, who's
Artemis.
Johnny Young Bosch.
Artemis is
We
so
love
cute.
Artemis is great. Joan,
I like-
my girlfriend, has a Artemis backpack, and it's so good. It's so
Ooh.
cute. Yeah.
I like that. I like the little bit where they were communicating over like whatever the computer thing was, and then the camera gets fixed, and he's just eating I don't know what he's
With a
eating,
little
like tuna or
headset.
something.
It's so cute.
It's adorable. I was just like, "Yo, you goob! How dare you, making her
Yeah.
go out into the night while you're comfortably in your home?" It's great.
And he knows her
thought that was
password.
Yeah, man.
Both of them.
Yeah, dude,
can't believe
the
it.
rabbits pounding rice cakes on the moon,
Yes, and it's sticky
and they're fluff up.
when you bake them.
It's true. It's good. I like Artemis. He's very fun. But yeah, do we want to talk about any of like people like Umino, who's just a and my name's
No, let's talk
Umino.
about Naru. Naru's more
Naru's
important.
good. I like Naru.
Naru was great. Every time she showed up, I was happy. I love
Yeah.
recurring characters, especially good ones. And she was one of the better ones.
I'm glad she wasn't a Sailor Scout. I feel
I
like
wanted her to be a Sailor Scout.
no, but I feel like having her, be the normal character, kind of to ground it, was good.
I guess, but she would have motives, mostly because one, she lost Nephrite to what was his name? Soysite.
That's the one.
The fact that she lost somebody in that was directly related to the Dark Kingdom and like the Sailor Scouts, I just thought that would make the most logical sense. Of course, I have bad opinions, so that's why it wasn't a real thing. But I did like when they came back for like the little date with Umino at the theme park. That was cute. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Naru
That's good. Yeah, no. Naru, Umino's just fun. I had a good time with him.
Motogi was kind of fun.
Oh,
They're just my
Motogi's-
little sisters. Ooh, they won't like that.
Boy, he's in for a
Yeah.
rude awakening.
Yeah, man. He really just shut them down. He didn't even say friend zone. He said little sister zone,
Yikes.
which at the time was also very frowned upon.
It's true. But yeah, the side cast and like supporting cast is really good in this show. They don't need to show up all the time. Like the dad. Oh, I love the dad.
Dude, when the dad almost killed them because Usagi had a boyfriend, but she was just kidding.
And
So,
that was my favorite bit in this whole fucking show. When he was like, "Is there a boy I should know about?" And he's like not looking at the road at all. I died.
oh, good. I thought we were going to have a problem.
He
Oh,
is
man.
so good.
That and when he's like, that girl looks like my daughter.
It's true, and I'm like,
That is your daughter, you goob.
yeah. And then the mom's also very good. I like the mom. She's very pretty. She bonked Usagi on the head.
Also, for those of you keeping track, yes, there was a very wonderful teacher in there. It was great.
true.
Teacher was wonderful, but then disappeared after like 15
Well,
episodes. and I was
because
upset.
we don't need to see school stuff anymore. You know,
But
we
I
have
love learning.
we have a whole supporting cast that isn't based off of going to school, so they didn't need to rely on that. They didn't need to rely on that setting as much as they could go elsewhere without having to go to shul.
It's true.
Yeah,
Jinx.
but yeah.
Now you can't speak. Next segment, please. No, I'm just kidding.
No. But is there anything else that we want to be like any character that we missed out on? Because do you want to talk about like Nephrite or Beryl or any of the bad guys?
The villains were kind of just one note, except for Nephrite, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of already talked about Nephrite.
Yeah, they're good. They do what they needed to do, but
Basically.
they didn't. They weren't made to stay around much longer than they were. So
Even Queen Beryl, who was like the main antagonist, I guess, doesn't really have enough to say until the end. And even then, it's like, I don't really know you.
You see her
even though
in
you're
the episodes, and she's just kind of like, I am evil. Do the evil thing that I command you to do,
Or
because
else
you're
I'll
also
punish you.
evil.
it's true. In the name of the moon, I will punish you.
In the name of Satan. Wait, no.
No.
Oh,
But
God.
yeah, overall character's great. No, I don't think there was a bad character in the whole set.
No, everybody was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Tuxedo Mask
Even
sucks.
Ray's grandfather. No.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah,
Mama
I
was
can't. I
spoiled.
can't let you not hate on him, because I hate him. At least in the anime.
That makes me sad.
Fuck.
But he didn't really do anything.
Goodbye.
No, he really didn't do anything.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
welcome to the 65th edition of Who's the Best Girl, the part of the podcast where each contestant puts forward their choice best girl of the episode, duke it out for title, a best grill. Today our contestants, once again, they're not changing. Pino, Garb, myself, and the Patreon. So who are you each advocating for?
Dude, I pick Ray.
I pick Usagi.
I pick Mako, and the Patreon picked Ami. So
Yeah, 4 out of the
basically,
5 scouts. Cool.
sorry, Miko.
Sailor V. You just didn't have enough time to simmer, you know?
It's true. Maybe next.
Also, we don't have a
next time.
fourth. Charlie, what do you
Yeah,
think? Charlie picked a teacher.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah. So who wants to start it off? Do you want?
I'll start it off. Let me go ahead and praise Ray for a second. Everybody,
Go for it.
Ray is everything good about the team. No, I'm kidding. Again, she's so serious. She has the best faces, I think, in the show. She's despite her being so serious and so like blunt about things, she has some of the best reaction images. Some of the best style. She has got fire powers, which is awesome. And she lives in a shrine, takes care of her grandparents. Who doesn't love taking care of grandparents? People who don't like taking care of grandparents. Anyways, she's a shrine maiden. That outfit's awesome. Mm-hmm. And she'll try to come up with schemes to try and talk to you, and that's awesome. Do you remember when she tried to bump into Mamoru? That was adorable.
Oh,
That was the best thing I saw. It didn't work out for her, and yet she was so direct that they were going out for a little bit. I was like, "You go, girl. Look at you. Look at you." She's the one who sought the kiss first. Look, she be kissing. That's all I can say.
She do be kissing, though.
She great. Also heels. Nice.
True. She's good. I can't argue against literally any character in this show. This is going to be a really boring best girl segment because I love them all.
They're great.
The Sailor Scouts are just good in general.
Plus, red is a good color.
Red's pretty decent. You know what's better than red, though?
Green.
Blue. Guys, I'm fighting
Dang.
for Ami. Ami is real cute. She's real smart. She got short hair. She's kind of a little shy. She got big brain, though. And she loves Luna, and she loves just hanging out and vibing.
Yeah, but she is already going out with Richard.
His name's not Richard.
It's probably Richard in the Spanish dub. I don't remember anymore.
It's Rio, dude.
It's Rio and that and in Japanese, but not in Spanish.
But in
Pretty sure it was. I feel like they called him Richard like that. They called somebody Richard. Maybe it was Nicholas.
Ami's very good. She's very cute. She fights for what she believes in, and
I think she had such a good moment when it was like the second time that Rio came back, and it was like she had to defend him and whatnot. I was like,
yeah,
okay, look at you go.
and she destroyed the Dark Crystal. Like,
Yeah.
super good.
She got beat up, but she stood her ground.
And also, the pet she wants to raise is a wise cat like Luna, and I'm like, I love cats for sure.
Dude.
Let's go for it.
I'm Luna. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a cat.
Are you sure?
She's great.
I'm sure.
Meow.
So, sorry, hairball.
Well then,
Good job, Patreon.
Good job, patron.
listen. But Usagi, she's got a black cat. I've got a black cat.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
And she's a goof. I'm a bit of a goof, if you couldn't tell. And
I'm somewhat of a goof myself.
and she's doing her best, okay?
That's fair.
And-
Her family hates her.
She's a princess.
That was sad.
I'm maybe not, but we can pretend, right?
Yeah. When you grow your hair out again,
Yeah.
then you'll be a princess.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You don't have to.
I love Usagi. She's good.
She's fun. She definitely is
Usagi's
fun.
really good. I like
Sure.
her a lot.
She also has a good style as well. She cares about her friends. I think that's a solid pick.
Yeah, I'm terrible at picking outfits, so she would be a valuable asset.
Oh, absolutely. You suck.
So rude.
I'm not insulting Usagi. I'm insulting you as a person.
How dare you insult me? But at least you didn't insult Usagi, so that's
I would
good.
That's
never.
true.
Usagi's too emotional. She'd cry.
Also, she's from the moon, so you obviously get a visa to go to the moon.
Oh,
so
I
that's
didn't
awesome.
even
You know
think
what's also
about that.
you know what's also
Yeah, I know, right?
well, everyone that we are talking to will all get visas.
Yeah, dude. Free moon trips. Woo.
Free moon trips. No,
I'm bringing my moon shoes.
another really funny thing is I started watching this with Joan, but this was her childhood show, and I can see so much of Usagi in her. Like, it's not even funny. Like, it's like...
Are you sure
could-
it's not even a little funny?
No.
It's maybe a little funny.
It made me go hee-hee a little bit. But
That's great.
You can ask Garb. Like, it's there. You understand why.
Oh yes, well we're all cancers.
It's
That's how it is.
Hashtag Leo gang, baby.
Loser.
Oh. You won't be saying that in a couple weeks when it's Leo season.
Right
Oh,
now,
no, I love Leonardo DiCaprio.
right now, this is my domain.
But yeah, Usagi good. But you know who's better than Usagi?
Wow. How
Mako.
dare you?
You know why? Because she's taller. She's stronger. She can ice skate. She plays
Yeah, she's
that.
talented. She's got a lot of talent.
She
can
cooks.
kickbox. She fights.
Also, you know what's really cute on her her habit on like her description? It's that her habit is that she gets nervous and stutters, and I'm like, that's adorable.
Awesome.
And her special skill is bargaining, so she can get me good deals.
Wow.
What?
It's
She
great.
could call the judge and get fudge.
Ooh, dude, call the judge, get fudge.
Call Luna.
No
Get
one's
Usagi.
no one's gonna get that reference. Absolutely
Nobody.
no one.
If you do,
It's
send us the
fun.
link.
Guys, please send us the link. But yes, I love Makoto like so much. She's my
She's great.
favorite. I want a figure of Makoto. Also, there was a figure of Mercury, like sitting, which like you can put on the edge of a table so she can sit off of.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
And it is absolutely fantastic.
Who's the genius who's thought you don't need stands for figures, just let them sit?
Just make them sit.
The genius.
Okay, but that's everything, right? Anything else we want to talk about?
No, these
Best
girls are
Girl
good.
segment?
I would have
The girls
picked.
are
So
great. Mm-hmm.
my runner-ups was Teacher, but she disappeared. Nephrite, but he died.
Yeah,
And Luna
my
because Luna.
yeah, my follow-ups would have been Luna and Artemis and Ami.
Hey,
Those
good,
are,
good.
Not
You have
in
any-
not in that order, but like, you know, they're good. I love Artemis though.
Garb, did you have any runner-ups?
No. Artemis is pretty good. I like Artemis. I don't know why.
Yeah, I want plushes of Luna and Artemis.
I think there's two of them. I think there's two out right now.
There's
Or-
gotta be. No, when I went to when I was at Disney,
Disney.
you know, years ago at Epcot, they have the Nations of the World and whatever in Japan. Because I went there after I like started getting back into anime, so I was like looking around, and in like one of the displays in the Japan area, they had Luna slippers, and I'm like, that's awesome. I love
Oh,
that.
awesome, dude.
Yeah, so I want those. If they make them in big foot sizes, I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, overall, great cast of characters, and we got one question. Got one question from Alex, and he's
Alex.
just asking, just wondering what non-anime things y'all have been watching recently.
Oh, cool. Let's see. Recently, non-anime things I was watching. I recently finished up my other rewatch of West Side Story because I love that movie from like the 60s. And I've also, yeah, man.
When you're whatever, you're a web all the way. I can't remember.
From your first cigarette to your last dying day.
It's true.
Hey, I'm only gonna challenge him. Man, but that's PR territory. God, I would love to be part of a play with that, and I wouldn't play the Puerto Ricans. Just kidding, I would. I have both accents. I have accents for both. I'd be a part of the Jets, and I'd be part of the Sharks. It'd be great.
We need to cast you in Greece. That's what
Greece.
Dude,
Grease lightning, go Grease. Can I be the beauty school trumpet?
Go back to high school.
But other than that, Community. I finished up Community, and that's about it.
Dang. I have seen The Twilight Zone.
Nice. Is it the new one or the old one?
Oh, the old one, of course.
Okay.
You think I'm
the new one I heard was
not
pretty
the
good.
90s one either. I mean the fucking 1960s one. That's
Well, yeah, no, there's a new one that the dude who did Get Out.
Get out!
It's Key and Peele, but it's only one of them. I can't remember.
Oh, is that the one where he's in like the house and he has to get out?
sure.
That's the one. Yes.
Yes, thank you. I think I saw that one. That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
But-
I heard it was really good.
I fucking love classic Twilight Zone. Can we have a Twilight Zone podcast? Never mind. That's for another
Classic
day.
Twilight Zone is awesome.
That's another day, another dollar.
Yeah.
Welcome.
And
to the
I've
Twilight Zone.
seen some of the Santa Clarita Diet, and that's enjoyable.
Nice. I have been watching some of the Midnight Gospel, which it's literally just an animated podcast, so it's wonderful.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'd highly, if you have Netflix, like 100% recommend to anyone listening to this. It's so good. Been watching some Avatar now that it's on Netflix.
Very nice.
And I also, there was one other show that I like remembered that I was, and then I'm watching The Simpsons still. I'm still slowly eking my way through.
You're always
But it's
good.
watching Simpsons.
Always be
Simpsons so
simping.
It's true. But I would, by the way, talking about Simpsons, I know this isn't what the question asks, but if you want Simpsons like lore or interesting like topics and video discussions. No, dude, there's legit Simpsons. No, but go look up The Real Gyms on YouTube. That is one of my favorite YouTube channels ever. He does exclusively Simpsons stuff and a couple others sometimes, but like his bread and butter is Simpsons. And he just like talks about episodes and retrospectives and mysteries about within the Simpsons and timelines. It's so good.
Cool Simps.
It basically is Cool Sims. It's great though. I'd like 100%. Even if you like haven't watched The Simpsons, like watching this made me go to like really go through all of The Simpsons. So
Pretty good.
like 10 out of 10 would recommend. But thank you, Alex, for your fun, interesting, insightful opinions.
Please send us more questions. These are fun.
Miscellaneous before we get into rankings?
I like the Spanish dub, la 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 la. That's all.
Happens.
I don't
I
think
gotta find more
haven't
anime with. I gotta recommend more anime with Spanish dubs, just so I can watch it in Spanish.
Fair enough.
What is it? What is a cool bit? I still like the reuse animation because it just feels. right.
No, it's good. And yeah, Moon Tiara action.
Funky noises, I guess.
It's good, dude. It's so good.
There's not a lot to hate about this show because it's all good. Mm-hmm. Except for Mamoru.
It's Who wants to rank first? I haven't even remotely thought about my ranking yet.
I can go first this time.
Okay, go.
Oh, okay.
Look at me.
Look at you.
What a wonderful time to be alive, to watch anime from before our time, which is something that is we should probably do a lot more of because we've been watching a lot of new stuff. So digging in the past is pretty nice. I gotta think about adding some past stuff in here. Mm-hmm. But I loved the overall feel of the show. I loved the whole the whole like villain of the week, despite it getting old a little bit, but they did spice it up near the end, which is great. Characters are all enjoyable. I had a wonderful time. Openings and endings, pretty great. OST banging. Again, minor, gripes about like too much overused things or the ending and the story. But it's a very, very, very solid series. I'm giving this a 4.3 out of 5.
Nice.
I liked it a lot.
Good ranking. Good ranking. Hey, Garb.
I think I'm gonna go with a 4.4. It's good,
You're making me look bad.
but well, I'm trying to keep it. I had to keep a close eye on what I rated a certain other magical girl show we've seen, and
This is. We can talk about that after rankings.
yeah, exactly. And it's good stuff. But, there's a lot of filler. There's some dumb shit. Tuxedo Mask sucks, and he probably would have sucked less if they would have kept closer to the manga, so on and so forth. Still enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think I'm also going to go 4.4. Super enjoyable.
You made me look bad too.
Yeah. Pino, you can change it to 4.4 and we can be...
No, I'll put it to 4.
No! I'm not changing it
kidding.
lower. I'm only changing it higher. But I love the show. It's so much fun. And, obviously there's issues it's Toei. There's going to be issues. But, overall, just aesthetically, all the characters are super wonderful. The plot leaves a little bit to be desired, but I've heard that later on you meet more Sailor Scouts and it's more fun. So hopefully that shows up later in the podcast.
Are there more cats?
And overall... no, I don't think so.
No, this isn't fairy tale Garb.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on.
don't
this
insult
isn't
it. Happy.
Just kidding. Fairy tale's all right.
Fairy Tale's okay. But overall, had a great time with it. This is definitely going to be one of the episodes I look back very fondly on. The same way that I look back right now on Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm going to be very nostalgic about this in a year or in 6 months. So overall, super fun. Since I know everyone here is wondering about it, how do you think this compares to Madoka, everyone?
Apples and
I
oranges.
prefer apples and grapes.
Sailor Moon established a lot of the magical girl show foundation, and Madoka just kind of followed that but twisted one thing. So it's I don't think you can really compare the two.
Yeah. I just have there was a lot more I could chew on with Madoka Magica for some reason.
Yeah, there's just more to it. There's more thought-provoking things.
I just know that I know that I just said that because I know people will be wondering. I like this a lot more. I don't know. Madoka just wasn't for me.
Dang.
But-
Because you don't like good shows. It's okay.
Hey. I've never
It's
recommended
fair.
a bad show in this whole podcast. Ever.
At least you
Ever.
like something that's a little trash. You can admit it.
What? Are you saying Sailor Moon's a little trash?
This animated iteration is a little trash. I'll say.
No.
I'm not saying it's bad. I fucking.
It's the upper echelon. It's the
time.
1% of the trash.
Listen, you
It's
can
the
like
top-
something and then still recognize that it's fucking garbage.
This is not garbage, though. This is
Yeah.
this is good anime.
Yeah.
I would not
This
say
is
that
good,
it is trash. This is not. This is good.
Well, there's some trashy.
This is pop.
things.
Well, it's good popcorn anime. It
Exactly.
doesn't need to be insightful. It doesn't need to make you think too much. It's just fun to watch. Yeah, no, I give it a 4.3. I'm just saying.
Stop! You're convincing me to make it a 3. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I control the spreadsheet. I can make your opinion change with single typing. But yes. What are we watching next week, boys?
What are we watching next week?
That's you.
Who's me?
You.
You mean me?
Wait,
Yeah, you.
say
Me?
what?
Yeah, you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was okay. We're not actually playing. Okay.
Wait.
What are we watching next week,
Say-
Pino? Well, it's a great question,
Say what?
Pino. Let's let's all strap on our hairdresses and hairnets, because oh boy, it's a long time coming. It's the only series we've watched consistently these three seasons, and this is the last. We're finishing up the rest of Bobobo next week.
Get up, stand up.
So get ready for an episode that makes no sense as the other two did.
I'm so excited. I don't think you guys understand how excited I am.
I'm fucking high. I love Bobobo.
I don't remember where we left off on Bobobo. Where we? Let me scroll back up. Let's see. Bobobo.
I think
44. So 44 until the end, I guess. Because the ending, I think there's only 76 episodes. So
Jamie,
there's
stop talking to
70.
Mike.
There's definitely 76 episodes.
it's like 30 something, 20 something actually.
Yeah.
Go,
I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't care how long it is. I'm gonna watch it all.
We're gonna watch the rest of Bobobo, and we're gonna.
I might watch the whole thing just because I want to watch it all.
But yeah, we're going one last ride down the noodle slide. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. This is gonna be our first I guess the first long running series that we'll finish on the podcast. I think. No,
that anime really keeps me hopping. Well, we also watched.
Oh no, we finished Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, we finished Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen classic Dragon Ball, so I would dare to argue that Dragon Ball is not complete.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, we're gonna watch a whole lot more Dragon Ball, guys.
Oh,
so
there's a lot more to watch.
I'm so excited for that as well. But Bobobo,
I said, get up.
I'm ready.
Stand up.
I'm so ready for this, guys. This has been the Funky Anime Podcast. The Sailor Guardian, who now just transform into their normal clothes, but it just looks like a sack of potatoes. Well, that's Garb.
Man, I'm so comfortable right now, but boy, do I look like a sack of potatoes.
The one who's T-posing over him and really just dominating him with his power. Well, that's Pino.
Take this ketchup strike. Now you have to put that potato sack in the washer.
No! I'm French fried.
And then the guy who's trying to catch some of the ketchup spray in his mouth. Well, that's me, Chuck.
Wow, that was a big old ketchup bottle.
Yeah, it was. Guys, thank you for listening to Funky Anime Podcast. We'll see you guys soon with Bobobo. I'm super excited.
Don't clip your nose hairs.
Guys, don't
do it.
I should learn to speak up. By
There's
the way,
spider webs in them.
Before we finish this episode, listen back to those 2 episodes if you want to get any reference in the next episode. If you want it to make a semblance of
Please
sense.
consult your podcast finder.
Or just rewatch the series. Just rewatch the whole thing.
Go to funkyanimetopodcast.com.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Also, email us at funkyanimetopodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Look at the Patreon. Say, wow, that's quite a Patreon.
Say, wow, for only $1, I could talk with these guys. And we actually did a stream the other day on
the Patreon.
The Patreon. So we'll probably do more of that in the future.
Since it's really easy to do with Discord, so I'm going to try to do more just because you don't have to do any setup.
Yeah, keep your ears to the ground and keep your
foot to the sky.
Nose hairs sniffing.
Thank you for listening to Funky Anime Podcast. We've been the 3 Weebros. Thank you so much, and we'll see you all next week. Make sure to tell your mom you love her. Bye-bye.
We don't need an ending. We have
no, that's literally. I'm gonna put the text over that. And that's it.
I wouldn't have it any other way.